and I'm not against interracial dating at all. I've done it, so like I'm not against.
Yeah,
it,
that's what I mean. Like, I'm not. I'm
people in
listen.
my family.
My thing is this. Like with the whole interracial dating thing. Listen, you may find somebody that is right for you that is not the same color as you. At the end of the day, life is hard, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try and find happiness wherever you can find it.
Yeah.
What I would say, I really just don't rate it when I see a black person with a bottom of the barrel non-black person. I just don't rate it. Whether it's a black man or a black woman, I don't rate it, bruv. Like, it just is. What are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'll say that, bro. I'm around non-black chicks all the time. I'll say that in front of them, bro. Like, it's true. Like, do you know what I mean? I might as well be with an average black chick if I'm gonna be with a sub 5 white chick. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I know exactly what you mean. But just before I go down that path, what I was gonna say quickly was I don't think a lot of black men that are getting into interracial relationships really think about how their children are going to be prepared for life being mixed race. I don't think that a lot of black men may necessarily think, stop and think, is this girl that I'm getting with, is she going to be able to do my daughter's hair? Is she going to be able to
is she even intellectually astute enough to understand the cultural difference? Is she even like clued up enough to understand what the difference is, how society is going to view this child, and what this child, the tools this child needs to navigate through and not feel ostracized by this community, that community, and be happy within themselves. It's a difficult thing, and if you're not with the, and this is for black men because I'm a black guy, right? If you have a kid with the wrong non-black chick who is just any Stacy in her white girl bubble, and you have a kid with her, that is gonna be the kid. More than likely, the kid will just pick one side. Yeah, he won't be able to like balance both properly. One side will have to submit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you notice with a lot of mixed race people. What you notice is they're either a black mixed race person or a white mixed race person. They're never usually just balanced.
Yeah, because someone's culture is gonna give, isn't it? Like, it's never gonna be like a perfect balance of two. But the mum's got to know she can't be going through this thing as like a typical Becky, like, a typical like white girl, just thinking that all the privilege that comes to me automatically goes to my children, because it doesn't really work that way. And what happens is, what I find is, because a lot of my dad's age and stuff, they're like grandparents now. And what those black men, I think, are seeing, some of them that have paired off with white women, what they're seeing is because they're becoming grandparents now, they're seeing who their children are getting with. And all of a sudden, the family dynamic, which looked a little bit more like him, is now starting to look a little bit more like his wife or whatever. And
as I said, like there's a YouTuber, Chezamain, on YouTube, he's another black British YouTuber, right? He was saying how like he had kid with a white woman. And he said in the video, he was like, he was thinking about it, like, raw, like, I had to come to terms with the fact that, my children, more than likely, because we live in a white country, the probability of them coupling up with another set of white people is high.
It's high.
High, bruh.
Yeah.
So once that happens, that's it. Yeah. Because think about it, children that come from like, let's say a mixed race, white times white couple, those kids more than likely just white kids after that, and then they're gonna go and get another white person, and then that's the black done. So all this black gene is dominant, it means nothing, because at the end of the day, if the kid goes, and if that kid goes with a white person, and then their kids go with white people, you're not done. You might have a little trace of big lips or curly hair going down the line, but that's it. What difference does that make? Nothing, bro. And that's not me saying it to deter people or say I'm saying it's wrong or bad. I'm just saying you need to understand. And if the girl or the man you have children, if you're a black person and you have kids with a non-black person, and that person is not open to black culture or open to letting your child the child know who they are in terms of blackness, it's a wrap, bruv.
It is.
It's a wrap, bruv. You live in a white country, bruv. You live in a white country. It's a wrap. It's different. It'll be different. It'll be different if you lived in Jamaica or you lived in Ghana. It'll be different because it's a black country. It's different. So you could have a child with a non-black person and the child still identify as a black person. Even though they're mixed, they would identify as a black person. But you're in the UK, bro. You're in the UK or you're in the States. You're in Wisconsin or Utah or somewhere like that, bruv.
I think Dr. Umar Johnson said something interesting once. I think he said something like, when he's interacting with mixed race people, because he sees them all as African anyway, but he says, but two things that I check for is like, are you biologically black and are you psychologically black?
Yes, see, that's, yes, you smashed it.
And I as soon as
psychologically, bruv.
I got with it, because it's two things that need to kind of balance it out a bit, innit? Like if you've got like dual heritage and things like that. But going back to what you were saying about when you see people dating outside of the race, but they're not with top tier women of that other culture. I see that happening a lot. Where it's almost like I don't know. It's almost like they just don't have. I don't know, because is it like, are they just settling for whoever they can get, or is it that there is a certain level that they will never get to because they are black men or because they are... It's a difficult one.
It's a difficult one. It's techie. Now, do you know what it is, yeah? It's like, okay, there's black guys out there that they just don't have what it takes to get top tier women, period. They just don't have what it takes, bruv. Like, whether they're ugly or they're broke or whatever, bruv. Yeah? So... if they do, let's say they live in a city or town which is predominantly white, and they do find a chick to couple up with, obviously they wasn't getting top tier women anyway. They wasn't gonna get a top tier black woman anyway, bruv. Like think about the black community. To get a top tier black woman is hard in itself. It's hard in itself, bruv. Let's forget about interracial dating. That's difficult, bro. Press 1 in the chat if you know what I'm saying, bro. So that dynamic there. So if you do date interracially, majority of non-black women are not trying to date black guys. I'm just telling you lot that. I don't care who don't believe that, bruv. Get out of your little corner and see the rest of the world, and the rest of the world will let you know that, bruv. I don't care how good looking you are, how tall you are, how big your dick is. I don't care how many Beckys you've smashed. I don't care, bruv. Yeah? Because it ain't what you think when you step out of that little interracial melting pot corner that you live in, bruv. Once you step out of there, it's different.
A lot of those girls realise that if they do settle down with this black dude, there's no going back for them. Like they can't they know that they will lose access to because certain white men will not go with a white
if they make it an obvious thing, like a public obvious thing, then I don't know. Like, okay, for instance, I'll say there's one girl I'm thinking of, that she's been seen with me loads of times, but I know there's been times where white dudes have seen her and still tried to holler at her on the sly. But obviously, exceptions don't make rules. I think as a general rule, once you go black, that's it. Like, once it's known that that's your thing, there's the...
I watched the film recently. I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to spoil it if anyone hasn't seen it yet. But there was a revelation in this film where the girl who the guy liked had slept with a black guy. And he just switched, and the way he switched was just different, man. It was like it was a slap in the face to him. It's like it could have been anyone else. The way he said it to her, why he was doing it to her, it could have been anyone else, but why that black XYZ, blah 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 blah. And it just kind of made me think, like, even amongst the demographic of white girls that would date a black male, they are which are a minority against a sea of other white women, the wider population of white women. But even within that group, there's like there are some that just know that once they do it, there's no going back. There's no they know that it's not seen as something that boosts their status, like in their community. Or...
Do you wanna? Hey, bro, like you just reminded me of something. I've said this before, but I mean, think about it. There's Caucasian female porn stars that don't do scenes with black guys because it will hurt their image. It will hurt their business. That if they are seen to sleep with black guys on camera, so they only sleep with white dudes on camera. That's how deep it is.